Okay, we are back in Bengaluru. That seems the center of so much attention over the last week or so. It's produced a lot of runs, but it's a nice, gentle city, so people like to be there and they enjoy playing there as well. And it's a game that everybody in Bengaluru is flocking to see. It's India versus Ireland. It's a Group B game. It's coming to you live from the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
We've had two very, very high-scoring affairs here in Bengaluru. This pitch today is the one that India had that tie against England, and that was a high-scoring game, over 600 runs. Now, the pitch dimensions are quite small by the standards of the World Cup. We've got 65 metres square and just 76 metres straight, and this means that boundaries are easy to come by. In the World Cup here so far, in 2 games, we've had 26 sixes. That's more than any other ground, so we're expecting another high-scoring affair. Same pitch, as I say, that England and India played on. Here's Sunil Gavaskar to tell us whether he thinks it'll play any differently.
Yes, Michael, I think it will be just a little bit different than the one when India played England and we had 650 plus, because it looks a little bit drier than it was on that day. And there are certain areas over here. This is just a little short of good length. This will probably open up if a lot of deliveries are bowled there, and that will help the spinners to get a little more grip. And similarly, when you come to the other end, where Michael was giving you the dimensions from, you will find that it's a lot drier. So definitely there will be purchase for the spinners. Have a look at that. This is definitely all a lot drier than it was on that day when the match was tied. So we'll probably get good runs when the team is batting first, but certainly the spinners will have a much greater role to play.
Good afternoon, Bengaluru. It's time for the toss. It's time for the specially minted coin, which will be auctioned later on the ICC website to go up. MS Dhoni, William Porterfield, Roshan Mahanama, the match referee, and the mascot, all in readiness. MS will spin the coin. Heads is the call. What's it, Roshan?
Tails.
Tails it is. What have you decided, MS?
We'll bowl first. Looks like a slightly different track. You know, it's not as firm as the last game that we played. So I think in the afternoon it assists the spinners more compared to the evening.
Does look a little dry in a few spots there. It's the sun's been baking down on it for the last week.
Well, of course, you know, not to forget we are entering March now. So, you know, the weather is supposed to get hotter and hotter as the tournament progresses. I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, it looks very dry.
You've had a week off. All the boys are fit and ready to go?
Well, of course, there's no fitness concern as such, and last few days we have been practicing a lot. We took one day off as well. You know, we thought we are practicing a bit too much, you know, because there's not much to do in the hotel also, but, you know, you want to spend time in a good way. So we came up, played football and volleyball, and that was a real off day for us.
And did you watch any of the Ireland-England match? That was a classic.
Well, of course, we went to a friend's house for dinner, and, you know, I think we watched the whole second innings. I think O'Brien batted really well and took his team through.
And what's your team for today's game?
Well, we have the unchanged squad.
Have a good one, MS.
Thanks a lot.
Well, William, you lost the toss. Would you have fielded as well?
No, a bit unsure. I think it's a bit drier than it has been, so it might turn second dig. So hopefully if we can put a score on the board, then that's going to work in our favour.
Have your boys come down from cloud 9?
Yeah, we have. We obviously enjoyed ourselves. We had to let that sink in. It was a pretty good win, but yeah, it's back to reality now. We've got 4 more games left in this group, and we've got to get at least 2 results to go through the group. So now we're back down to earth, and yeah, it's going to be a tough day.
You set yourself a target. You're batting first now. What, 260, 270?
No, we got to see how it plays. Obviously, a new ball can be crucial in these parts as well. So see how that goes, and then just assess as we go along what's going to be a good score.
And what's your team for today's game?
Just one change from the last. We got White in for Wilson.
Have a good one, William.
Thank you.
Well, that's the news from the centre. It's India who won the toss, and they've decided to field first.
Okay, I don't know how that went down in the stadium, but it created ripples in our studio. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. This is how the Irish are playing, and the only change is White comes in there at number 5. We thought Vota might get a game. Maybe he's not quite ready yet, so Wilson goes out. Otherwise, this is the team with great strength. O'Brien, Cusack, Mooney, Johnston, they all bat all the way down. And India going with the very same side. And that means Zahir Khan and Munaf Patel will open, and Piyush Chawla will get another go. Right, Sherry, I think you said Ashwin and you said bat first.
Tremendous scenes here, really. Look at the crowd, and pretty well-behaved crowd here in Bangalore. Just before the anthems were announced, there was a pin drop silence out of respect for both anthems. And that's something that you can expect right through the day as well. And people were trying to suggest, what if there was a result that India wouldn't like too much? What could happen here? I think the Bangalore fans will put their heads down and leave the stadium. That's my call. We'll have to wait and see. But, of course, let's not forget, in spite of Ireland's heroics, India remain the firm favourites and the stronger team in this competition. Spare a thought for the umpires. They'll be under the spotlight too. And perfect weather conditions here in Bangalore. It's starting to get warmer as the tournament has progressed. The sun is out. Because Bangalore is on a height, it's never very hot for the players. It's not like Chennai, where it's sometimes unbearable for the players and has its effect on the performances. But today, sun is out, there's a bit of coolness in the air. Starting off in the afternoon might be a little warm. Things will get better once we ease into the evening and the lights come out. Michael Atherton has just joined me in commentary.
Good afternoon, Sanjay. Good afternoon, everybody. Very moving scenes here as the anthems were played. A capacity crowd, a crowd that has to shift its allegiances pretty quickly because they were all behind Ireland the other night when the Irish slipped past England. But of course they're right behind the home team today. Pitch looks a little drier. This is the same pitch that England and India had that magnificent Tide match, but this looks a little drier to me. And I suspect the spinners will have a little more joy, which no doubt Sanjay will play into India's hands.
I've always believed a flat pitch that has nothing for the spinners is going to be a disadvantage for India. Paul Sterling, age 20. Will partner his captain. And unexpected, I think, for lots of people when Dhoni said that we'll field first, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. So much talk about the bowling composition, whether India should go in with 3 seamers and 1 spinner. They should have 5 specialist bowlers, but all that has been put right behind him. Mahendra Singh Dhoni has just gone in with instincts. He's read the conditions here. He thinks 4 bowlers are fine and 2 spinners is the way to go. Such a high scoring venue it's been so far. Danny Morrison just a little while earlier read out the number of runs scored in the 4 innings. Average of 333 per innings. Here we go, Zaheer Khan with the first ball of the match.
A little bit of late swing for Zaheer Khan. William Porterfield, who failed the other night, fell in the first over to James Anderson.
Gone. Beautiful delivery. The swing, good direction too. And India have picked up the first wicket. It's 1 for 1. Zaheer Khan will continue. Good swing as well. Well, you can see this is the experience of Zaheer Khan. He's sacrificed speed for just swing at the moment. And good line is something that he's blessed with. Ed Joyce is the new batsman in.
Yeah, you're right, Sanjay. Just cutting down his speed to around about mid-120s kilometres an hour, which is not quick by international standards, but he's found the perfect speed to give him swing. It's a swing that did for Sterling here, not any speed. Wonderful seam position.
Cool dudes. They're just trying to underplay everything that's happening around this game.
Following in the image of the captain.
It's gone through. Munaf Patel quickly turns back and walks towards his bowling mark because he knows he overcooked that length.
Confidence booster for Porterfield, though, who was out first ball against England, has already been dropped, trying to play a drive wide of off stump. This time he gets one away. Gets nicely to the pitch. It didn't quite come off the middle.
Edge again, and once again Yusuf Pathan in business this time. Bit too far. Just got his fingertips perhaps. He's got long arms.
Well, Dhoni's just asking Zahir Khan whether he wants another man in the slips. And why not? We've already seen a catch put down. We've seen the ball go past the edge on 2 or 3 occasions. We've seen another edge go in the air in what would have been straight to third slip. Threatening the outside edge all the time.
Not a great shot. I think it was really the movement that did it. Just a bit too wide to be playing. Inside edge and taken. It's a good start for India. Zahir Khan strikes twice in 2 overs.
Threatening bowler when it swings, because some will swing and some won't. And this one an example of a straight ball with perhaps Ed Joyce just playing outside the line of the ball, expecting the ball to swing and covering the swing. But this went straight on. Takes the inside edge. Good catch by Dhoni going to his right. And India have made the perfect start. Ed Joyce, a key player for Ireland, gone for 4. It's 9 for 2.